Just to speak about myself so that you know whom you're speaking with, my name is Ganesa and I have around 16 years of IT experience working on different technologies from the bottom to top and the roles. And before 6 years, I've got special interests to work in data, and then I've done a paradigm shift and then moved in learning the tools and technologies around the data. Because I've worked on multiple technologies and I've got a good understanding on end-to-end architecture with respect to the data solution. All right, so as part of it, I've also worked on Alteryx, hence I'm acting a trainer for this particular program. And my interest is towards big data engineering and some few more advanced analytics. As you know, this field is keep evolving, so the learning is we have to keep up to the learning in order to be a winner in the game. Yeah, so that's something about me. So now, what are the three pillars in data world? We would have come across these three all the time, right? Data engineers, data analysts, data visualization specialist, or the BI developer, right? These three are the terminologies we keep hearing from the market. What are these three? How they are different to each other? So ideally, data engineering means bring high volume of data at high velocity with high velocity from varieties of data source, both structured and unstructured. Build, design, build, deploy, maintain, and manage IMS. IMS means information management systems to build data warehouse for an enterprise for downstream process application. Ideally, the part here comes in data engineering. Yeah, data analysis. Apply various methods and algorithms of data to extract hidden intellectual information from it and help business to identify their potential opportunities, risks, and meet other regulatory operational needs from it. So this is primarily the data analytics, right? This is data engineering and this is data analytics. Then what is data visualization? Visualization is act of taking data and presenting the information in it in a visual context. It comes within data analysis, but it is just to present the information already identified through some algorithms and all that in such a way like maps or charts or graphs, and better to communicate the information appropriately to the higher management or to the external resources. Right, that's where the visualization come into play. But normally our visualization tool would have some capability of data analysis, and our data analysis tool would have some capability of data visualization, and there are some tools which would also have some capability of data engineering aspect also, that is Alteryx. All right, so Alteryx have capability of combining data engineering, data analysis, and data visualization. So now coming to the question of then how is it different to any other tool in data engineering specific? For example, we have got some tools like Microsoft SSIS. Have you heard about it?
No.
That's in the Microsoft tool technology stack, where that is primarily used for integration, ETL purposes, or data integration purposes. That is primarily used for that purpose. And similar other tools or Informatica, and there are multiple other tools from different vendors. How is this tool, or is this tool competition to one among that tools? Then answer is no, because this is not only meant for ETL purpose, but it has the capability of ETL purpose, right? So can I replace Alteryx to one of the ETL tool? No, but it has ETL capability which is fully functional, but might have some limitation when we are planning about productionizing with respect to the dedicated ETL tools. Now coming to data analytics. So there are certain tools which is very specific to data analytics, like MATLABs, or certain languages like R algorithm, or there's so many things which is specific to data analysis. Can this Alteryx be a perfect fit for data analysis? Yes, this is an ideal data analytics tool, and that uses multiple language like statistical language like R or Python at the background, and produce lot of tools so people who doesn't have knowledge on the data science would be able to use these tool handy to produce the expected result. So this is ideal fit for data analysis with the capability of ETL. And then coming to data visualization. Data visualization means, as I said, it is to present the information in the appropriate format. The popular tool that is in the market is Tableau, and commonly used tool is a Power BI. Obviously, Microsoft is like a heavy seller, and Tableau is like a power seller. Yeah. So both of them would have all the capabilities hand on hand, but we are not going to compare those products here. But the point is, can Alteryx be the data visualization tool? Yes, it can be, but can it be a competitor for one of those data visualization? Then the answer is no, because it is not ideally meant for data visualization. But in the market, it now their current focus is to build its capability at to mature in the data visualization aspect. Right now it has data visualization capabilities, but the maturity level is much lower when it compared to the dedicated data visualization tool. So what is Alteryx? As I said, Alteryx is a data science kit with end-to-end capability. Ideal fitment for Alteryx is on the data analytics, advanced analytics, and the spatial analytics. What is spatial analytics? Have you heard about this term, spatial analytics?
No.
So the spatial analytics is something to do with the geography, maps, analytics on the maps. They're specialized on that, and also they have got some advanced analytics capability. So ideal fit for data science machine learning platform with end-to-end capabilities. This is their ideal fitment, but how companies have utilized them is a different question altogether, right? Many places I've seen, they are using Alteryx for the data preparation, the kind of ETL for the Tableau visualization. Right, many places they are high. The heavy load of Alteryx usage is primarily on the ETL. Normally we call this data preparation for the visualization. That is where it goes as a companionship with Tableau. Suddenly in 2015, when the Tableau was peak in the market, because Alteryx produces the file that Tableau can consume and work faster, it's called a TDE file. Now even there is a hyper file in Tableau that is all. This has the capability to produce those files. So this tool was used in combination with Tableau, because Tableau had the pitfall of limitations in the data preparation. And now they are also expanding that capability with the introduction of Tableau Prep. Similarly, Alteryx is good in the preparation but has a limitation of the visualization. So now Tableau is acquired some company. It's actually Alteryx Clear Story. Clear Story is a company name. It was acquired in this year, and their focus is to be matured in the visualization aspect also. So the companionship so far since 2015 has made Alteryx as popular as Tableau, because of they go hand on hand. And now probably they have to keep themselves competitive in the market, so expanding in their own weak areas. So you understood where the ideal fitment of the tool. And
yeah, I understood, but I have a question. Yeah, you said that Alteryx is meant to prepare some data kind of files, and the visualization will be used by Tableau. So you are at the time you are also saying that Alteryx acquired some tool which visualization will come into picture very soon.
Correct.
So
Correct.
but now if we want to learn Alteryx, we should also get to know about Tableau.
That depends on the company that you're working, right? So if they have this model, like what I just said, like they're using Alteryx at the back and Tableau at the front, yes, it is worth learning both of them, either one after the other or parallelly. But if there are some companies that just use it for the data science kit, as I said, like data science operations, there you may not need to have the Tableau into play. But if you ask me, yes, it is ideal to learn Alteryx and Tableau in the real-time world. Both combination would have a better score than just having either of that.
Okay.
The latest version is 2019.3.2.
So is this paid application?
This is paid application. I'll talk about it, how we can get this tool for the training purpose shortly. Yeah. Once I give you the demo, I'll talk about how we can get it for the training purpose.
Okay.
So this has grouped under separate areas, right? So this is called tool palette. So this has these many features. It has wider application, many features. So for example, all my in and out will be grouped under this. These are all called tools. If I want to bring the tool, what I need to do is I have to drag and drop it here, and it will show you some kind of configuration here, and it will show you some. And one other very big advantage of Alteryx, it has very strong community. What is community? The group of people who are interested in Alteryx and keep developing and keep grooming up the other people in the market, right? That's the community. Every tool have its own community, and that's one of their sales technique also, because they want to create many resources who are familiarized with this tool. So it has a strong community, and it has very good help available. Whenever we want to know something about the particular tool, it has comprehensive help. As in any other tool, it also has it, and it is very, very friendly. All right. And you see here the settings. You will have some settings options here. You can choose the file or something like that. If you take some different tool, it will have different options here. So based on tool, the configuration here changes, and based on what is required for the tool, the input will be provided here, or formula or whatever we will provide here. And this is as simple as bringing multiple tools into the canvas. We call this as canvas. This is how we connect it. So this white space is a canvas, and this is where the configurations will be set up, and this is called the result window, wherein we can see the result here, input here, output here. These are all called anchors: input anchor, output anchor. Likewise, we can build multiple workflows, and something like this workflow can something like this. This is a very simple workflow, but I'm saying we can have a complicated workflow as well. So each section here will have its relevant tool sets inside, and there are multiple ways to get this tool. We can simply search a tool. For example, I want to say tile. There is a tool called tile, and I can just drag and drop it here, and you see for that all the helps are given here, and simply a click will run it. As I said, it has separate group for the in and out, preparation, joining, parsing, transform. There is something called in database. These are advanced topics I will cover in the training. Reporting, as I said, this is a visualization aspect of it. The reporting, they're saying reporting, it's a report and dashboarding. So there are multiple tools available for this. Documentation, as it says. Spatial, as I said, it's for the geographical analytics. Interface, these are all additional tools that is used for further enhancement. As I said, extension of the tool. We can build some macros, we can build the tools ourselves using this thing, and we can combine the repeating workflows into a single workflow. There are multiple options. This is very strong because of its extending capability. This interface are one of the factors. There is something called macro apps. Macros are something like we can combine multiple repetitive workflows into a single tool, and we can reuse it as a programming concept. It's the same. And application is something like a person who doesn't want to look at the flow or something like that. They just want to create some kind of application. They put all the workflow together, create it as an application, deploy it. When you click on the application, you feed in some data, and it executes seamlessly and produce some output data, and you are done. So that's how you can produce some application, give it to deploy it for the users to use. And some kind of data investigation, predictive analytics, A/B testing. These are advanced analytics, time series, predictive grouping, prescriptive, and connectors or something additional features wherein if at all we have some limitation connecting to the source, we can expand the connecting using this connecting tools, and some tools would require extra, and also the community is very active to develop. There is a development community where we ourselves can become one of the developer community, wherein we can develop some tools like this, which is very much useful in the user community. Demographic analytics, behavioral analytics. So if you see, majority of this tab will speak about analytics, right, and advanced analytics. That's the strength of it. So the laboratory, mostly whatever tool that is upcoming, they will put it in the laboratory for our test, and once it is deployed, it will again be grouped under appropriate place and SDK. Connect, if at all the connection is not available, then probably use this ODBC loader and then configure the connection wherever you want to connect. So there are multiple options like this. And for example, I can show you, and there is some kind of thing called Calgary. Calgary means it's a special database created in Alteryx, which can be treated as a database in itself. Like we can have indexing, we can have this for the better performance. That's one other option. And it supports a lot of almost most of the source systems. So if it is a flat file, it supports this many flat files. Access table and a lot of spatial files you'll see here, geo, ClickView, SAS, and all this are part of it, gzip, Google Earth, spatial zip, Alteryx. So, and also data source, you'll have almost most of the data source as a option for the connection. Gallery means, as I said, gallery is one of their product which is on the server or on the cloud. So this is to connect their server or on the cloud. All right. This is about the tool and how simplified it is for using. And one of the reason this tool is much adopted is because of its simplicity. Even though the concepts are, underlying concepts are a bit, I mean, whenever I go through the tool, we'll talk about the fundamentals. So that's what will be challenging to understand. That is for any tool. But once we get that concept ready, right, then using this tool and understanding this particular thing will become very, very easy. And let us speak about the syllabus, how we have broken down the syllabus. So there are two types of courses. One is, first of all, there are 4 levels of certifications. One is core certification, another one is advanced certification, another one is expert, and another one is partnership. The core and advanced are free. Expert, we have to pay, and we have to attend some Inspire conference in Europe. Most of them, they don't take it. And the 4th one is partnership. That is when your business and you're partnering with Alteryx. That's when the 4th certification. The first 2 certification is what normally candidates aim for. You able to hear my voice?
Yes.
Because I was getting some pop-up window. All right. And first 2 certification is what candidates aim for. One is core, another one is advanced. Advanced will be advanced, and core will be something that normally after this course people would take and try to get through with. Doesn't mean that we will not cover advanced topic. We will cover advanced topic, but the point is, will we be gather all that expertise required to give it a shot? That is the point, right? Because it requires a lot of hands-on practice. That's the most important part. If you have time and if you have the fast or the necessary efforts, then yes, it is possible to crack the advanced certification as well, and we'll be supporting it. But practically, reasonable thing is to clear this course certification, and that course certification will have good reputation in the market. And the course 1, which is what we have seen the demo for, that is for the beginner, intermediate, and beginning advanced kind of coverage. And the course 2 will be purely on the advanced topic. That will be short and a fast track course. But this one is for the course 1. and this is what the coverage will be. We'll have each one of the groupings, we will have the coverage. More 60% of it will be covered. You will be ready for the certification, and after that we would have some advanced topics to cover that will keep you ready for any kind of complicated tasks that you would have to face at your workplace. All right, and the first 2 level of certifications are free, so you can take I mean, if you have to reattempt the exam, just that 7 days gap, after that you can just reattempt the exam. And it's an open book. Though it says open book, it won't be that simple, because if you keep referring somewhere, you will time out. And the questions, though the topics will be covering everything, so unless you have your hands-on experience, you won't be able to through with the core certification as well. So it is not very simple. At the same time, it's not very, very complicated. But with a good amount of practice, you will be able to crack it. And with from the training I'm going to give, it will certainly support you in getting it cleared easier. Okay. All right. So I think I'm and the advanced, I'm not going to go through detail because I've already shown you on the tool palette. There are multiple advanced tools that we can go through, and we will go in depth when we start the course. And what are the key takeaway from the course? Obviously, now you don't know about this tool, you're new to the data area, not technically, but at least on the exposure. So you will get some kind of better exposure and getting this tool working for your use cases. So you'll be transformation of novice to professional will certainly happen as long as you give the equal amount of input. Right, and once you gain the knowledge and you get the certification, you obviously will gain confidence to face any interview or face any challenges in the at work. With certification, it will obviously weightage on your profile is inevitable. And I will structure the training through some exercises. So obviously it will not be very theoretical. It will be much more hands-on. And we'll have some live projects at the end of the training, so you will be able to work on some realistic use cases as well.